Before we begin, Ladles and Jelly Spoons, I just need to say a big thank you to RedScotGaming
Dinosaur Boob Tattoo
for allowing me to use clips from his own Dino Crisis retrospective in this video. If you want to check out his own Dino Crisis retrospective, he covers the entirety of the series in much more detail than I do, but there's a link in the description down below and there'll be a link at the end of this video. But once again, thank you very much, and yeah, enjoy this video. Hey, who used the last of the milk? What the bloody hell's going on?
Meow! Meow meow!
Looks a lordy quick. Hang on a minute. Since when do we have a dinosaur, or indeed the facility to keep a dinosaur? No.
Meow meow.
You know what? I'm not entirely sure I've ever been into the spare room. Oh, well, this explains why the ground rent on this place is so expensive. Dino Crisis is a 1999 survival horror cum panic horror video game developed and published by Capcom for the Sony PlayStation. The game follows Regina, a special operations agent sent in with a team to investigate a secluded island research facility. Finding the place overrun with dinosaurs, Regina must fight through the facility to discover its secrets and ultimately escape alive. Developed by the same team within Capcom that brought us the early Resident Evil series,
Oh, Barry!
Jill Sandwich!
including director Shinji Mikami, Dino Crisis shares more than a passing resemblance to Resident Evil, with one major noticeable difference: its use of 3D environments instead of pre-rendered backgrounds that was seen in the Resident Evil series. Featuring traditional Capcom survival horror mechanics such as action sequences, puzzles, ammunition rationing and tank controls, Dino Crisis was developed to have a more constant visceral terror, with the dinosaurs being quicker, intelligent and more violent than
Zombies.
This led Capcom to label the game as panic horror as opposed to survival horror. Dino Crisis was a critical and commercial success, with the PlayStation version selling 2.4 million copies back in 1999. A sequel was released a year later, and Dino Crisis was ported to the Sega Dreamcast and PC in 2000. It was re-released for the PlayStation Network in 2006, and two different versions for the Game Boy Color were in development but were ultimately cancelled. The series also includes comic books, associated merchandise, and as of 2018 the game has sold 4.4 million units worldwide. Look at that beautifully rendered moon there. Yes, hello Ladles and Jelly Spoons, it's the part of the video where I play a little bit of the game that we're looking at today and give you my thoughts, my experiences with it the first time I played it way back in 1999, and possibly drop a few facts about the game as we go. Although I can't seem to remember I have that many facts about Dino Crisis, not the first one anyway. That's it, assume the position, Gale. That is Gale, isn't it?
Stay here, Junior.
Or Gale. Okay, so the first thing I adored about Dino Crisis, the first one, is the 3D environments. Coming off of Resident Evil 1 and 2 with their pre-rendered backgrounds, this just... I wouldn't exactly say that it blew my mind, but I just loved the fact that everything was so much more cinematic. Dino Crisis, interestingly enough, is one of the few games that I didn't acquire the American version first through my contact. I seem to remember, as I've talked about in the past, I used to know a chap that could get imported games from Japan and America, and he would occasionally have periods where he'd go out of business.
Let me guess.
They usually lasted like a couple of weeks, but I couldn't ever get, he was effectively shut down. And I think around about the Dino Crisis Resident Evil 3 time was the time that he got shut down permanently. Not wanting to allude to any more than that, but yeah. So I had no option but to wait until October because Europe was the last region to get Dino Crisis. I had to wait till October to
Still
play
need
it.
to figure
But
out what happened.
on the plus side,
Continue to sweep the
it
area.
did make the Halloween weekend, which, because I think this came out just before Halloween or like on Halloween weekend. I remember that this is what I spent my Halloween weekend doing. I was at my grandparents'. I'd taken my hard-earned cash to WH Smith's because we'd been out during the day, and I was like, I desperately want to pick up Dino Crisis. Pick up the key, Regina. Oh, there's the one fact that I know about Dino Crisis, or the one fact that I have for you. Regina's portrait in this, or in the inventory screen, is different in the Japanese version to the European and American version. I'll put an example up on screen. That is the only fact I think I have about Dino Crisis 1. It's a more anime style portrait. Where am I going? Oh yes, the classic push puzzle. Now bear in mind I've not played this game for probably about 10 years, so excuse me if I'm a little bit rusty. I'm not going to lie, I am going to be rusty. Yeah. Is everything full? Yeah? Okay. Is there more than one? Okay. As I was saying, Halloween weekend of 1999, I spent it at my grandparents' playing Dino Crisis pretty much by myself. Can't remember if my cousin was with me or not. I think we had half a dozen trick-or-treaters come round to the house. Again, England in the sort of like late 90s, we didn't really do Halloween. Not properly anyway, so this was like my Halloween treat to myself. Why can I not open the gate? Why can't I open the gate? Use. Yeah. This says it's the key I need. Yeah. Sure, that's the right key. Do I have to talk to Gil or somebody, or to sort of say I've got the key, or maybe I'm just trying to put it in the wrong door, wrong gate? This way? Oh, I think I'm waiting on a cutscene. Now, Dino Crisis came out between, for us over in Blighty, came out between Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3. Resident Evil 2 irritatingly came out in November in the US, and I was so gutted that I couldn't get an early copy of it. I had to wait until the February of 2000. I was like, ugh. But Dino Crisis sort of filled the gap for me a little bit. There are things about it that are very Resident Evil 1 and not my preferred Resident Evil 2.
Let's head outside.
The lack of ammunition in Dino Crisis 1 definitely started to bug me. Yeah, it was a harsh taskmaster. It was Dino Crisis. But like I say, I adored the 3D environments. They just made everything feel so much more advanced, which is why it was a little bit of a shame in Resident Evil 3 that we sort of jumped back to pre-rendered cutscenes. Not pre-rendered cutscenes, pre-rendered backgrounds. Hey, I see. Oh no, this is the way I've come. Yeah. Don't tell me I'm lost already. Another thing that I really particularly liked about Dino Crisis, the UK edition let's call it, was the box art. The box art is oh so much nicer than the American box art. Ooh. Dead body.
That's disgusting.
This guy's been a
Brushing that off a little bit
something Tarzan
casual
does then,
there,
so,
Regina.
Look at those tooth marks. It had to be some sort of animal.
Like a
okay.
dinosaur, possibly? I always remember this. Yes, I will take the medical pack off the dead body. Hey, he ain't gonna need it. Do you have any idea where it might be?
Meow.
What?
Meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow.
Okay, remind me when this is all over that I really need to start going out again and making some real friends, or at least ones that aren't trying to defy the laws of science just to win a rosette at a dinosaur dressage competition.
Meow.
Dinosaur,
Meow.
dinosaur,
Meow.
dinosaur.
Meow.
In a fictional location known as Ibis Island in the year 2009, the secret Operation Raid Team, SORT, sends in Agent Tom to investigate a research facility. During the recon mission, he learns that Dr. Edward Kirk, a world-renowned scientist who was reported dead 3 years ago, is leading a secret weapons project within the facility. SORT sends in 4 agents, Regina, Gale, Rick and Cooper, to acquire Kirk and return him to custody. The team arrive on the island under the cover of darkness. Dropping in via parachute, Cooper is blown off course and lands in the jungle away from the others. Lost in the dark, he is chased down by a T-Rex and eaten. The other 3 agents, unaware of his death, proceed with the mission. Directed and produced by Shinji Mikami, along with the development team that would later become part of Capcom's production Studio 4, Dino Crisis is a pseudo-sequel to Mikami's Resident Evil series, as Mikami and his team wanted to move away from the fantasy element and make something more real. Citing The Lost World, Jurassic Park and Aliens as influences,
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
the game was made to have more constant fright, with the dinosaurs being bigger and faster. They could chase the player from across the room and into other rooms. Dino Crisis utilises an original 3D engine with real-time environments. Mikami chose the real-time engine to enable better cinematic action and more dramatic character depictions that would have otherwise been impossible. However, due to the hardware limitations of a real-time engine, the team couldn't create detailed environments and had to forego jungle scenes because of this issue. This is, in part, why the game takes place indoors and in an enclosed environment. That and Mikami wanted to keep the claustrophobic feeling, thinking that it would better build fear. Since it is unknown how dinosaurs moved in real life, the team had to use animals such as crocodiles and dogs for reference, as well as their own imagination, and used lions, tigers and other carnivores that aren't afraid of humans for the dinosaurs' artificial intelligence.
Lions and tigers and
Dinosaur?
oh my!
Although Mikami wanted to include a more complex dinosaur AI that would have given the dinosaurs individual personalities that could understand the player's condition and ambush them. Right, this is kind of like the first puzzle, which was, this puzzle is so Resident Evil, it hurts. I seem to remember I've got to make the tubes behind the glass match the levers. I think that's right. See if I get this right. So it's that one first, then this one, then the right again, then cancel, red, blue, green, white, yeah. I have started the motor. Now, also this, I think this is where things start kicking off a little bit.
Gale?
Quick, get out there, Regina. Come on. Get out there and see what the hell's going on. Oh. Blood. I'm not looking away. Oh god, blood. Gale, you do a thing, Gale. I'm busy. I couldn't remember where I put the box. My copy of Dino Crisis, the box. Right, hang on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hang on. Run away, run away, run away. That was a stupid time to get the box. Just to prove a point that I really like the box of the UK edition. Okay, I only have a pistol. This with some parabellum rounds in it. So it's me, my pistol, and that foppin' dinosaur. Oh, where is he? Hi! Hoo-hoo! Quick dodge there. Latest potatoes. It took me so long to basically work. Oh shit. This as well, this bit also blew my mind. Oh my god, suddenly you couldn't just go through a door to get away from dinosaurs. They were like, shit, they're gonna follow me. Does he follow you through this one as well?
It's Gale. I lost him.
Oh yeah, and there's frickin' dinosaurs running around. Frickin' dinosaurs.
He was attacked by some kind of dinosaur.
That's a good one. So, who was it? Barney?
This isn't a joke, you idiot. We were just attacked.
Also, the Barney joke doesn't really land. I don't think it really landed in the UK. I mean, obviously, it's like it's a quick quip. But in the UK in the 90s, we didn't really have Barney the dinosaur. I don't even think we were really aware of him. Some people might have been. I definitely wasn't. So I can't remember if I got that joke. Maybe I did get it. Maybe I was aware of him back in 19... I've got to remember I was about 16, 17, so I was probably aware of him. But yeah, there were definitely people I spoke to that weren't, that played this game. Oh shit. More frickin' dinosaurs. Yeah, the very fact that the dinosaurs could suddenly jump over fences and could follow you from room to room was, again, one of those like, oh my god. I think Resident Evil started to do this a little bit in Resident Evil 3. Like zombies could follow you through doors. And like follow you through rooms. Like the Nemesis was a perfect example of that in 3. Like just to follow you, and you're like, shit. So this was in some cases actually like good practice. I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember which one of these I have to go down. Just go down one and get on with it. Yes, yes I will. brilliantly sinister music. Classic. Capcom in the late 90s, very, very late 90s, survival horror music. Or sorry, panic horror. Yeah, more blood, excellent. Code disc. Okay, this is one of the things that I disliked about the game. This HDC, it's hard disk drive or RDR. I can't remember exactly what it's. Oh, that DDR. That's it. Just saw it as I closed the inventory there. Yeah, the DDR disk system is the one thing that I just. Well, not the one thing, but one of the few things in this game that just. Yeah. Oh my god! Also, do we not think this room looks a little bit like the Star's office little side room where you find Marvin for the second time in Resident Evil 2? A little bit. It's kind of got that feel to it. Just the design and layout of them. Yeah. In fact, there are a lot of design similarities. I mean, obviously it's the same freaking team that worked on it, so there's obviously going to be, even in this 3D rendered world, they've obviously got a design aesthetic that they stick to. Yeah. Yes, DDK, yes, insert the code disk in the input disk, and then there's two things you can work out what the code is to activate the disk, and yeah, it's a right bunch of willies. So I think we'll leave it there. Ladles and Jelly Spoons, I hope you've enjoyed this little look at Dino Crisis, the first game, and yeah, back to the video. Dino Crisis features what is now considered classic Capcom survival horror gameplay and is very similar to early Resident Evil titles. Regina can walk, run, turn, backpedal, push and climb objects and perform a 180-degree turn. A map is available which shows Regina's location, destination, save points and locked doors. Regina's inventory may include key items, weapons, ammunition and medical supplies. Save points are rooms in which will prompt the player to save upon exiting them. If Regina becomes injured, she will hold her arm or struggle to walk. Med packs can be used to heal Regina's health, but sometimes a trail of blood may appear, indicating that Regina is bleeding and will continue to lose health. Hemostats can be used to stop bleeding injuries. There are force fields of red beams throughout the complex which can be activated to block access to intruders. The player can move with weapons drawn and use an automatic targeting function, but enemies can knock weapons out of Regina's hand, at which point she will have to retrieve them. The word danger may flash on the screen in perilous situations, at which point the player should push all the controller buttons rapidly as possible to survive. And if Regina dies, the player may continue from the room that she died in, but after 5 continues are exhausted, the player must continue from their last save point. Dino Crisis was positively reviewed mostly. Critics obviously compared Dino Crisis to the Resident Evil series, but reviewers found the game enhanced and altered the Resident Evil formula with strengths of its own merit. Critics generally praised the action and intensity of the game, which was heightened by the real-time engine and soundtrack. IGN described the game as a vicious, flesh-tearing fright, noting the fast-paced gameplay during the action sequences. Some praise was directed towards the realism of the game with the dinosaur behaviours and the bleeding mechanics. The real-time graphics were generally liked, with critics describing them as sharp, sterile and clean. While some found the variety of dinosaurs to be lacking, despite the game being 90% raptor, which IGN found to be not as scary as the monsters from the Resident Evil series, they found that the dinosaur sound effects were well done, and also noted comparisons to Jurassic Park, thusly dubbing the game Resident Evil with Dinosaurs. Dino Crisis spawned 4 follow-up games. Dino Crisis 2, an action shooter, was released for the PlayStation in 2000. Dino Stalker, a light gun game for the PlayStation 2 in 2002. Dino Crisis Dungeon in Chaos, a mobile game in 2003. And finally an action-based game, Dino Crisis 3, was released in 2003 for the Xbox. Protagonist Regina has also been featured as a playable character in the tactical role-playing game Namco X Capcom for the PlayStation 2, and her outfits are also available to wear in Resident Evil 3 Nemesis and Dead Rising 3 via DLC. Look, we've been all over and there's no sign of it. I say we call it quits for today and start afresh in the morning.
Meow. 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 Meow.
There's no milk.
Meow. Meow.
I hope you got the club card points for that. As always, Ladles and Jelly Spoons, thanks very much for checking out this retrospective review for the 1999 PlayStation 1 classic Dino Crisis. And a big thank you once again to RedScotGaming for allowing me to use his own Dino Crisis retrospective in this episode. Be sure to go and check him out here on YouTube. There will be a link to his channel in the description down below. If you enjoyed or didn't enjoy this video, please make your feelings known by hitting the old like or dislike button down below. If you have any fond or not so fond memories of Dino Crisis, please share them in the comments down below. And indeed, if you know anyone that's a big Dino Crisis fan, please share this video out with them. And be sure to subscribe to Kohigh Mathy for more British retro gaming nonsense every Wednesday.